Well, good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. Today is Wednesday, the 17th of April, and today was unfortunately another red day. I've had a lot of time to think about it, and there's a few things I want to talk about. Because today I screwed up the day and killed the day before it even started because I was copy trading all of my funded accounts. Bad idea. It can be a good idea, and I've had some wins that way. But when you're wrong, it hurts. But I traded oil pre-market. I want to get into that trade. To kind of summarize the day, I really couldn't trade today. Because I killed myself in the pre-market session this morning. So obviously watched this market just absolutely tank, do a beautiful retest of this 17.8 level. That was an excellent short opportunity. I just played on some evals here this afternoon on the NQ. I got about $1,000 on that eval, and then also the take profit account. I made a few $100 on the take profit eval. So that was really my only wins today from a P&L perspective. I guess the other win is that I had the mindset to just stay out of the market, realizing early on this morning what I had done and not trading further. Granted, I did take $500 to $700 losses on these four Apex PAs, but as we can see, we still have plenty of drawdown left. That is very definitely enough drawdown for me. And so just having the mindset to not continue trading. Trust me when I say this, there were many times today, where I wanted to trade these accounts. I really wanted to trade them. I thought, man, I can make that back. And I just refrained from doing it. And that's a win in itself. Could I have made the money back? Possibly. But could I have blown up the accounts? Possibly. In fact, there's a strong likelihood of that. I believe I've been trading with a lot of pressure on myself from a P&L perspective to try to get to payouts. And I need to stop doing that. I've been trading, really trying to get 30 and 33 across the finish line. And that's partly what prompted that trade this morning. Obviously, this is all stuff that I'm just sharing as I thought about it today. But I need to stop doing that. And in fact, I've changed my payout goals because I'm going to make some changes. I've moved everything out to a May 2nd goal so that I had a very low daily target with these four PAs. I've also reduced the take profit account to a $3,000 goal for the end of this month. That is still a 578 goal, but that is obviously quite possible to do. Here's what I'm going to be working on. I'm not going to stress about making sure that I hit this every day. I think my focal point for the next several days of trading is simply going to be to get green on a daily basis. Not look for the home run trades, to just get green. Just be simple, get green, and I'm going to focus on trying to pass some evals. I think evals is a good way for me to kind of reset my brain a little bit and just do a better job of just managing trades and just getting out of this little funk that I've been in. Tomorrow, I told myself I'm not going to trade until after lunch. I don't care what this market looks like tomorrow morning. I am not going to trade it. I'm going to sit on the sidelines until lunchtime. I'm not setting a stop trading or anything. I'm just mentally, I'm not going to trade. So I'm going to look at the markets. I will, but I am going to refrain from trading. And that's kind of just watching this. And this was good for me today to kind of watch this. I mean, when I look at NQ, we had a beautiful bearish move this afternoon. I mean, we had, retest, boom. This was just, to me, this was awesome. And I probably should have traded it more with evals, but anyway, it is what it is. This was also phenomenal. Should have shorted this. Again, this was stuff that I wanted to do, but I just decided I'm not going to trade this. I screwed it up this morning. But yeah, we had Looking at the markets themselves, I mean, we are finally majorly fallen out of this channel that we've been in, and we're reaching some new lows. So it's going to be very interesting to see. We're flirting with the 17.5 level on NQ. The next major level is 17,000. I feel like that is a pretty significant level. We've held that level back December, January. So yeah, just kind of curious to see how the market reacts over the next couple of days, and are we going to continue to drop, or are we going to get some kind of a rebound off some of these levels? ES, kind of the same. I did nothing on, yeah, I did take a couple of ES trades early this morning. But in any case, oil. This was where the problem happened, and I want to dissect this a little bit because I've also had some time to think about this. Let's first look at the major levels, and what am I looking at? 60 minute, there we go. So oil finally dropped out of this channel as well, and we this morning in the pre-market we tested this 82.50, and that's what I was looking for. My problem with this morning's trade was not giving myself a big enough stop loss. That in hindsight, as I look at this and kind of analyze what happened, that is the problem. So I entered this, I was looking for this test, this break off of the 80, whatever this is, 83.90, 84, 83.95 level. And we touched this thing. I entered a long trade, stopped out, $10 loss, and a little winner, and then here I had a $50 loss. And again, my stop was so tight, and I should have had a bigger stop. And here's why. I go back to what I said earlier. I was trading my P&L to try to get these accounts to pay out. And when I'm trading a P&L, it clouds my judgment, and I'm not letting the trade work. I'm not letting the trade actually happen. And I had the right call. I absolutely had the right call, and any of these entries would have been fine had I given myself a $150 stop loss. Well, I was trying to trade this with a $40, $50 stop loss, so it can't go anything in against me, and I'm stopped out immediately. So what happens? I get stopped out on this big wick, and then I stupidly get caught up in the moment and go and short this, thinking, all right, well, it's not gonna bounce, it's gonna tank. That ended up being a loss, and so then for some reason I had a major issue with Ninja Trader or something this morning. It reversed every position I had, and I couldn't stop them out. I tried flattening the accounts on Apex. And I finally had to manually go through. I'm not even sure how I got to that point, but I finally manually was able to go through and close out every trade. It ended up with like a $180 loss in here. It doesn't even show on this chart where that happened. But then I re-entered. This was just on one account. I had a $130 winner, but then I entered all of them again right here. This was a really, really good trade, and I actually kind of capitalized and got back everything that I had lost. I was copy trading all 5 accounts, and at this point in the trade, I set my stop loss way down here. I took like a, $150, $200 stop loss, and I survived that move, and it resulted in a $170 winner across all 5 funded accounts. And at that point, I was either up by $20 or down $30, $40. So I was about at break even at that point. This unnerved me a little bit with the Ninja Trader incident, and then again, just bad management of this trade. Even though the call was perfect, the setup was perfect, I managed that part well. I just didn't manage my stop loss very well, and it resulted in a loss. So now I'm in that mindset. And now we get up to this VWAP, and we bounced off this VWAP 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and every one of those was a short opportunity. But what was I doing? These green arrows are I'm longing this, looking for continuous upside, and it just wasn't happening. And that was just a mistake, and I kind of got sucked in. I would say it was a little bit of a tilt session. not full-blown tilt, but I was like, okay, this has got to go. This has got to go. And just that mindset. And if you're, I mean, you know what that's like if you've traded for any amount of time. But I just kind of nickel and dimed and death by 1,000 cuts through here. And I ended this, I ended right here around $500 down across every one of these funded accounts. I think this take profit one might have been even a little bit higher. So that was really the undoing. And that's just, I mean, that's all of this happened pre-market. The market didn't open until 9:30 right here. So, man, that's just, it's frustrating to me that I mismanaged it that badly. I've got these levels that I've been looking at, major, support and resistance levels. I've kept them marked on my charts for, weeks. Managing that well and placing trades based off of that. And when I mismanage it like I did, it's just such a stupid mistake. And then, you're obviously, just sitting out the rest of the day. I did take a couple trades with these accounts during the day, just a couple. I think I took 2 with every one of these. I copy traded 30 and 33, copy traded 35 and 36, and traded the Take Profit Pro account singularly. And this, for example, was accounts 35 and 36. I had a $60 winner and then a $160 loser. And at that point, I was done trading for the day. So, and oil obviously just went completely sideways from about lunchtime on. It was just, there was nothing there to trade really. So, yeah, just a lesson for me today is don't trade the P&L, trade the market, trade what you see. Give yourself enough of a stop loss to where you can, obviously allow the trade to run. So yeah, I don't know. Today, even though we're at a red day, today was really good for me mentally. It was good for me to mentally need to sit through a day and not be able to trade funded accounts. And took some here and there trades with evals, and it is what it is. So yeah. That's today, and I just, it was good for me to miss this payout. I really was putting a lot of pressure on myself to get to this payout here this week, and obviously that is gone. I would have to have, about $1,800 in the next 2 days to get there, and that's just not realistic. So I think I'm better off to just sit out tomorrow morning, not trade at all. We'll see how tomorrow afternoon feels. Today, again, like I said, it was good for me to just sit on the sidelines and watch this action. But, yeah, we'll see how I feel tomorrow afternoon. I may or may not take some trades. We'll just see. I'm just going to see mentally how I feel and where I'm at, and going to try to take some baby steps and try to slowly work my way into profits with the funded accounts. And again, like I said, get some evals passed. Let's take a look at TradeZella. This is the month. I just set this for the month of April. I was kind of doing some digging into my bad trading and how it's been going. But yeah, we've had 5 green days on the month and 8 red days. Not a good way to trade. Looked at my average win. Still, this is kind of consistent. I do want to work on improving this and trying to get my average win size to be larger than my loss size. The win rate has suffered some. This is usually in the upper or the mid 60s for me, and we're falling to right at the 60%. Obviously, profit factor has fallen. Win rate for the day, obviously that's a reflection of the daily P&L having 5 green days and 8 red days. But it is what it is. But it's good to see this. It's good to kind of analyze. The other thing, if you guys remember, I've talked about the quantity of trades, and look at today, 109. Now, obviously, a huge majority of that happened in that. Actually, almost all of it happened in that oil trade early pre-market. I took a lot of trades in there, and it's just ended up with a horribly bad red day. So. I don't know. I'm happy with where my mindset is at. I feel like I've got a good game plan going forward. again, taking this thing slow. I'm going to try to get some profits on a day-by-day basis and not put as much emphasis on getting payouts in a period. If we can get to the May area and get a payout, great. If we don't, fine. I'm going to just try to be a little bit more disciplined. And truth be told, I have not stuck to my plan here. A lot of times, and I'm just being very open and honest with you, a lot of times I've gotten to these areas and then I've traded for more, and that's ended up, costing me and ended up going red on a day or on an account. So those are just some mental things that I need to wrap up, and yeah, I guess I'm just sharing it with you. So hope you get some value out of that. Sorry for rambling on for so long, but once again, thanks for tuning in every day. I appreciate you guys that are regulars, hanging out here and commenting and so on and so forth. I do appreciate that very much. If you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to do these video updates every day. And also, again, a big thank you to those of you guys using my codes, whether it's Apex code BBLSTBTS or Take Profit code BCT, always getting you the best deals with those prop firms. So thank you. Hope you guys had a great day. I'm sure you had a better day than I did. And trade well tomorrow. Have a great night, and we'll have some kind of an update for you tomorrow afternoon. So long.